I'm here with Asaan from PokeCollection. And Asaan, we just have a few questions. First off, how did you get into Pokemon as a franchise?
I got into Pokemon when I was in primary school back in the UK, and I was given a few cards from the base set expansion when it first came out. I was quite big at that point, and that sort of started off a little collection just because my friend just gave me a few. And from there, from the Caterpies and the Venonats and all that sort of stuff, I managed to build up a sort of mini collection, and that's kind of when I kind of got into it. And then anime started showing on UK television, and I got hooked immediately. So that's pretty much where it started, I would say. I was still in, I think, in year 5 or year 6 back then, which is, yeah, I'm not sure what that is in the States, but yeah, very early on.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about PokeCollection then. Asaan, why don't you tell the folks at home, what exactly do you sort of cover there?
PokeCollection, well, it first began just as Pokemon, but it's evolved to be a lot more than that now. It's based around pop culture in general. Obviously, Pokemon's still a big part of it, but it's also about food, people, and the places I go, the places I visit, and just my life, basically, and everything that revolves around it. So that pretty much sums up what it's all about. But there's a lot of food on my social, but there's also a lot of Pokemon, and pretty much all the antics that I get up to with my friends and things like that. So it's kind of a hub of many things now.
All right, well, why don't you tell the folks at home what some of your favorite things you've picked up Pokemon-related over the years are?
Okay, I think one of my favorite things in terms of merchandise, I'd say the soundtrack to the anime, the first 2 volumes, I think it was. They released it in Japan, and it's sort of like my dreams came true, because I've grown up with music around me, so music has always played a massive part of my life. So having the actual physical copies of the music from the soundtracks, and even just little sort of like little bits of sound effects that were used in the anime, at least the first few seasons, that's probably one of my biggest things. And it's such a nice package as well. It's got 4 discs, and 2 discs each. It's 4 discs altogether, and it's just nice the way they packaged it up. I'd say the other thing that I really love is probably a lot of the cards that I've opened over the years. That's kind of a real trip down memory lane for me. So looking back at that just kind of takes me back. It's sort of a time warp every time I look at that, and I sort of remember a time and a place, just like music and all sorts of other things that sort of remind you. So I think those would be some of my major prized possessions, I'd say.
Neat. I'm sure the folks at home love hearing that. What's some stuff you've done recently?
I've actually just finished recording a ton of, trading card openings for sure. Obviously with the 20th anniversary stuff, there's a lot of products that were released last year, and so I've just played a bit of a catch-up game trying to get on top of all that. But I've recorded some really cool videos with workmates who are familiar with or unfamiliar with Pokemon cards, and that was really successful last year. I just thought, on everybody's breaks, I thought I'd quickly hound them and quickly say, here, open this booster pack, and to just see what happens. And so it resulted in so many different reactions. So some people knew the Pokemon names, some people struggled with the Pokemon names, and that's probably the best thing about struggling. Even I struggle with the name sometimes, but it was just really funny. And some people actually started trading within the store, and so now within I work in a retail store, and so now you'll find like Pokemon cards sort of floating around in random places and people trading, and it was just really funny. Some people got so into it that I think I sort of turned one of my really good colleagues into a really evil, manipulative trading person, but it made for a really good watch. So that was probably one of my favorites as well, just getting my workmates involved and my friends involved. It just kind of gave me sort of an unexpected reaction or series of reactions.
Well, I'm sure that sounds really interesting to folks at home. Where can they find your stuff, your videos and whatnot?
You can find them on YouTube, so it's youtube.com/PokeCollection. I'm also on Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat. If you follow me on Snapchat, you'll probably find me doing many things, and a lot of that's probably going to be food, but pretty much like me having rants or just kind of talking about nonsense, pretty much stuff that's not related always, but it's kind of bridges the gap between video uploads and stuff, because editing takes a bit more time. But if you want to see what's up, Instagram and Snapchat for me is the way to go, and on Snapchat it's POKE.collection as well.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Asaan. This has been Stephen Reich from the Melbourne Park Function Centre in Melbourne, Australia, at the Pokemon Oceania International Championships 2017.